Hi, Teresa.
How are you?
Okay, what's going on? I started writing when I was about 9 years old. I learned to read when I was 4 years old. My sister taught me how to read. I read faster than anybody in my family.
And so, what made you pick up the pen? Just reading?
Well, no, I had first of all, I didn't start off writing. I started off painting. I used to paint. As a matter of fact, my mother used to sell my paintings, and one of the things that I talked about in that first novel, Raw Dog, was that that the painting, and in the painting and the writing and the music business. Well, we had a piano in the house, and my sister played the piano. My oldest brother played piano, and I played piano. So it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't just writing because I was always interested in art.
So there was music, art all over the house.
Yeah, because I mean, between my painting and the music and the writing, it was pretty much. I mean, my oldest brother and sister played piano, so
What medium of paint did you use?
Oils.
You started out in oils?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, sketches and then oils. Yeah.
And then the music came along as you got older?
I started playing music when I was about, I guess, I must have been about 3. My sister was, showing me how to, my fingers to the piano, and when I was about 3 or 4 years old, about right around the time I started learning to read. Now, I cut teeth early. My mother weaned me at 2 weeks, and I walked at 9 months, so I was pretty along the way there. I did things quickly. It was all threads from the same fabric, the fabric of art. Now, I never did, sit down and say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I never did think of it that way. It was just something that brought me great, that brought me great pleasure. Most of the time, because I was sick. When I was born, I had double pneumonia. I had pneumonia in both lungs. I was born in the 10th and Central, and I had pneumonia in both lungs. The only thing that saved my life was my size. I weighed 9 pounds and 8 ounces. I was the biggest baby my mother had. My mother was a nun for 9 years before she met my father. 2 weeks after my mother met my father, she left the convent, gave up her vows, and had 5 kids. They stayed married 56 years. My mother was the oldest of 10 children. She was born on the oldest parcel of land in Louisiana Purchase, Natchitoches. My father was born in New Orleans. My father's father was a Methodist preacher. He was also one of the first 33rd degree Freemasons, black Freemasons in this country. He built churches and rice factories in Thibodeau and in New Orleans that still stand to this day. His name is on the cornerstone. He died when he was 54 years old. He fell off a brick wagon. He had a cerebral hemorrhage. He lived 2 weeks after that. My father ran away from home when he was 12 years old. He went to Chicago. He worked for Wabash for a man named Colosimo. He was a pearl diver, as they called it. He was a dishwasher. Now, when Colosimo met his demise, he started working for Capone. Hence the name Pocket Machine Gun Shorty.
Very historical.
Yeah. My father carried a gun.
Okay.
A German Luger. Shot 9 times. All I know. But he did. He carried a gun. As the story goes, the way that we got to Los Angeles, the way the story was told to me, my father was working for the Columbia restaurant in Shreveport, Louisiana. He worked for 2 Jews, Mike and George. They were from Yugoslavia. That's all I ever knew that was their first name.